My dear learners of Standard 9, welcome you all to my today's class again. Hope that you all are safe and sound at home. Beforehand, I had discussed about the solar system, the Sun. Today, I am going to discuss on the planets of the solar system. You have already learned about the planets. There are 8 planets in the solar system, and what is planet? The astronomical object which revolves around the sun or a star, it is known as the planet. And you know also the solar system. So finally, I will discuss today the planets. Follow here. You are observing the typical diagram of the solar system, the sun-centric model here, the sun. So the sun family comprising the sun and its planets, minor planets, asteroids, comet and aeroliths is called the solar system, you know. And the sun center, the sun is the center point of the solar system. And there are 8 planets, 48 minor planets, thousands of asteroids and millions of comets in the solar system. And these 8 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, and Pluto is the dwarf planet of the solar system. And beforehand and in the junior class you have learned about the definition of the planets, and now I will give you the definition of the planets in a standard way. That is, some luminaries influenced by the gravitation revolve around the sun in the space through certain orbits maintaining a particular duration are called the planets. Or you can write the astronomical object which revolves around the star or sun is known as the planet. So, what is the gravity and gravitation? You know the difference between gravity and gravitation. So, gravity, the word comes from the Latin gravitas, that is the weight, or gravitation is a natural phenomenon by which all things with mass or energy, including the planets, stars, galaxies or even light, are brought towards one another. So here planets are generally divided into 2 main types, that is large low density giant planets and smaller rocky terrestrial planet. So what is terrestrial? The terrestrial planets are those relating to the earth or its inhabitants. That means the planets which have the relationship or some similarity with our planet earth. And under IAU definitions, there are 8 planets in the solar system. In order to increasing distance from the sun, there are the 4 terrestrial planets, that is Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars are called the terrestrial planets, and the 4 giant planets, that is the Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, and 6 of the planets are orbited by 1 or more natural satellites. So among the 8 planets, 2 planets have no natural satellite, that is Mercury and Venus, and the other 6 planets have the natural satellites. So what is IAU? The question may arise in your mind, that is International Astronomical Union. This International Astronomical Union is an organization of professional astronomers. So before going to start the 9 planets, let's enjoy a video.
The solar system.
Welcome to Houston. We need you to complete the mission that the UN has given us. Are you up for it? You have to investigate the solar system and collect all the information possible.
The mission is in your hands. Get on board and take off.
The mission is going to begin. Push the red button when you're ready. Have a good trip.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You are in outer space. Look how beautiful the solar system is. The solar system is part of a galaxy called the Milky Way. The solar system is made up of a great star called the Sun and 8 planets. There are also moons or satellites that rotate around the planets. The Sun is the star in the solar system. All of the planets orbit around it. The energy that it gives off is necessary for life on Earth. That one there, closest to the Sun, is called Mercury. It is gray and it's the smallest planet in the solar system. The next planet is Venus. It is the most similar to Earth. They are almost the same size. And here we have Earth, where we come from. I think you already know a lot about it. Let's go on to Mars. It is known as the red planet. Mars is smaller than Earth, and it doesn't have water. Oh, and it has 2 moons. This one here is Jupiter. It is the biggest planet in the solar system. It is gaseous, made up of gas and liquid, except for the middle that is rock. Here we have Saturn, the ring planet. It is the second biggest planet. It is another one of the gaseous planets. The rings are made of rocks and asteroids. And here is the ice giant Uranus. It is also made up of gases and liquids. It has 27 moons. And finally, we have Neptune, the planet furthest from the Sun. Because of its location, it is the coldest planet of all. The planets spin around the Sun. This movement is called revolution. Thanks to that, the length of a day and night changes, and there are different seasons. They also spin around themselves. This is called rotation. Thanks to this movement, the length of a day and night changes, as well as the temperature of each area. Each planet makes 2 movements at different speeds and distances around the Sun. Because of this, a day lasts 24 hours on Earth and 243 earthly days on Venus.
That's it. You completed the mission. Time to go back to Earth to explain your discoveries about the solar system. Great job.
So, dear students, I think you have enjoyed the video and learned new things from here. So now I will discuss from the Mercury. Mercury is the smallest and closest to the Sun of the 8 planets in the solar system, with an orbital period of 88 Earth days. And seen from Earth, it appears to move around its orbit in about 116 days, which is much faster than any other planet. It has no known natural satellites. Some characteristics of Mercury. So Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun and the smallest planet in the solar system. Its diameter is 4850 kilometers and its weight is equivalent to 3/50 of the Earth. It orbits the Sun once in about 88 Earth days. Then the average distance of it from the Sun is 5.8 kilometers. It has no natural satellites and its temperature is very high. As it is the closest planet to the Sun, many hills and mountains with level ground have been noticed on the surface of Mercury. Next, the planet Venus. You know, Venus is the second planet from the Sun. And sometimes people call Venus morning star or evening star or Earth's sister planet. Venus is different planet from the other planets because it spins backward. So Venus characteristics, Venus is the closest to the Earth and its position is the second from the Sun by distance. It is 10.8 crore kilometer away from the Sun and only 4.3 crore kilometer from the Earth. We find it in the western sky as the evening star and at dawn as Vesper in the stern sky. It orbits the Sun once in 225 Earth days. It has no natural satellites like the Mercury. And like Earth, Venus has a substantial atmosphere but has no oxygen in it. The presence of carbon dioxide gas is about 96%. And this planet orbits on its own axis very slowly. Therefore, the Sun rises and sets twice a year in its sky. And acid rain showers due to the dense cloud of carbon dioxide in this planet, and it is much drier than the Earth, and the presence of air is 90 times stronger in its atmosphere than that of the Earth. Now come to the point, what is acid rain? Acid rain is the rain or any other form of precipitation that is unusually acidic, meaning that it has elevated levels of hydrogen ions, low pH, negative logarithm of hydrogen ion, and it can have harmful effects on plants, aquatic animals and infrastructure. Acid rain is caused by emissions of sulfur dioxide and the nitrogen oxide, which react with the water molecules in the atmosphere to produce the acids. What about the Earth? This Earth where we live, isn't it? It is our planet. It is also known as the watery planet because 70% of its surface is covered by water. It reflects about 1/3 of sunlight it receives. The Earth atmosphere scatters the light and creates a blue effect. So it is also called blue planet. So Earth is the third planet from the Sun. There are many different layers that Earth is divided into. The Earth is the densest body in the solar system. 71% of the Earth is covered by water. The atmosphere is made up of 77% nitrogen and 21% oxygen with other traces of argon, carbon dioxide and water. Earth has one satellite, that is the Moon, and Earth is the only planet right now where life can survive. So the major features of the Earth. This is the planet where you live on and the only planet with organic life. So we should take care of the Earth because we are all one. So the Earth is the third closest planet to the Sun. It has an area of 51004 for 22 square kilometer, and its diameter measures 12,752 km in the east-west and 12,709 km in the north-south. The average distance of the Earth from the Sun is 150 million kilometers. It orbits the Sun once in 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and 47 seconds. This planet has sufficient oxygen and nitrogen as well. And the average surface temperature of the surface of the Earth is 13.90 degrees Celsius. Of all the planets, the Earth is the only planet which is ideal for living for the creatures and plants. So now we will know the natural satellite of the Earth, that is the Moon. So it possesses one natural satellite, the Moon, the only large terrestrial planet in the solar system. And the average distance of the Earth from the Moon is 381,500 km. It orbits the Earth once in 29 days and 12 hours. Holes, mountains, hills have been observed in the rear part of the Moon. Now, the last planet of the terrestrial planet of the solar system, that is the Mars. So some features of the Mars follow. The diameter 6794 km, and in your book here is written 6787 km. So this is approximate measurement diameter. So your NCTB book written 6787 km. You can write that in your copy. Mars day 24 hours and 37 minutes it takes. Then year 687 Earth days. Mars 11% of the Earth, 38% of the Earth, the gravity. Atmosphere consists 95% carbon dioxide, 3% nitrogen and 2% argon gas. Atmospheric pressure 1% of Earth's sea level, and the temperature averages between the minus 140 to 20 degrees Celsius at the surface. So here are some major features of the Mars, which is known as the red planet of the solar system. That is, Mars, after the Earth stands close to the Sun by distance, its average distance from the Sun is 22.8 crore kilometer and 7.8 crore kilometer from the Earth. Its diameter is 6787 kilometer and its weight is equivalent to 1/10 of the Earth. It takes 678 days to orbit the Sun, and it orbits once on its own axis in 24 hours and 37 minutes. It has two tiny natural satellites, Deimos and Phobos, and living is impossible here because it possesses an atmosphere containing 95% of carbon dioxide, 3% of nitrogen and 2% of argon gas. The amount of water is very scant here, temperature below freezing point. So its surface is prepared with gorges and vast volcanoes. The red color comes from iron oxide in its soil. So it is known as the red planet. So dear learners, today you have learned about the terrestrial planets of the solar system. Next day we will discuss another 4 planets. So thank you all. Stay safe and stay blessed at your home.